What's up, musicians? This is a video I put together about the piano player at my church, or what chords he was playing over a gospel tune, or it's actually two gospel tunes. What is it? There is Power and Nothing But the Blood. We kind of did this mashup of the two. It was sort of spontaneous in rehearsal. Um, his name is Jermaine, but Jermaine was just like able to come up with, you know, some really cool chords. He played it different every time, but what we're gonna do is try to analyze what chords he was playing. First, we'll just listen to what he's doing. Next, we'll play guitar along with the recording. And then the best part, the longest part, will be where I'll just try to teach you the chords on the guitar and talk a little bit about harmonically what is going on. So this will be really good if you are interested in cooler chords, or if you're interested in reharmonizing easy songs. Also, thank you to Jermaine for basically letting me do this, and for coming up with cool chords and always being willing to sort of teach and explain what you're doing. I want to do the same thing, and hopefully this will help somebody. So thank y'all.
Today, God, you are faithful. Oh, there's power, wondrous working power.
Nothing weird.
In the blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power.
Yeah.
Power, wondrous working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. There is power, wondrous working power in the blood.
He keeps it pretty normal. Because we all came in, and he knows we didn't know what was going on. Alright, so now we get to the fun part where we'll just explain what some of these chords are. I think there are a few kind of concepts to keep in mind. One is the name of the chords may seem a little complicated sometimes. Jermaine is kind of very conscientious of what the melody of the song is. So if you're putting like the melody note at the same time as the chord, it might not be a note in that chord, and it'll basically make the chord name a little more complex. Another concept is just like classical music. You want to think about some of the typical chord moves in classical music, like the 5/7 chord that can precede every chord, making major chords minor is a concept that Jermaine's using. Using the minor 5 chord instead of the 5 chord is a concept. And then another would be bass lines walking down or bass lines walking up. So he might be thinking like that, like what is the best chord? I'm going to make sure my bass line stays walking up the scale or chromatically or down, but what would be the best chord on top of that bass line? Plus, you're thinking about the melody of the song. So that's kind of how you would engineer this kind of stuff.
Oh, there's power, power, wondrous power in the blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, power, wondrous working power in the
So let's just take it one by one. So some of these chords are kind of easy. So this one is really easy. It's just the B bar chord. But why is it this chord? Why am I not playing the F sharp? You know, I'm playing this D sharp as the highest note because of the melody of the song. Like, there is power. Okay? So, pretty sure Jermaine is thinking about that. The melody should be most of the time like the highest note. So we keep going like power, power, wondrous working power. Alright, so that E chord, it's you could think of it probably as an E sus2. It's not quite a B slash E, you know, a B over E, because there's no D sharp in it really. You could put a D sharp and that would be really pretty, but I think Jermaine's just kind of thinking like the F sharp and the B, the ambiguous notes, which this is what I was thinking when I was playing along in church. It was the best I could do is stick to the ambiguous notes, the F sharp and the B, you know, and then you just have that E bass over it. So it's like an E sus2. I'm using my third finger and my pinky on the 4th fret of the D string and the 4th fret of the G string. And I'm making sure to mute with the middle finger. I'm muting the A string. So next we get a B over D sharp. I was playing it like this, like a G chord when you have the B in there, because I kind of like hearing the 1 and the D sharp really low. But really you just want to make sure the D sharp is there. So I'm kind of thinking like the cage shaped G shape, but a B chord. So like my pinky on the B, the 7th fret low E, my third finger is on the 6th fret A string, and then my pointer is barring the 4th fret where there's a B chord. So alright, next we get to the first like 5/7 of, or like a sort of a transition chord that's outside of the key of B, which is going to be a C sharp 7, like a dominant chord that's going to sound good going to an F sharp, which is very, you know, classical. So this C sharp 7 chord is just the really common shape. That's kind of what I'm going for. Just what is the quickest, easiest, sounds good with the melody, but it's a common shape that you just know because you're a guitar player, and this is just like one of the most common ways to do this chord like ever. But it's just third finger. It's like it's just like a C chord. You slide it up and you just have to put your pinky down on the G string. So you get, alright, so that's a C sharp 7. And then that is going to an F sharp. It's the F sharp bar chord, but I prefer to do it with like my thumb on the bass note on this F sharp. And I'm not playing the high F sharp. I'm keeping the highest note, the C sharp, the 2nd fret. Okay, because for whatever reason, it's just easier for me to do this quick this quick B chord. Like, so the way I'm doing the B is I'm smashing down. I'm barring with my pinky the 4th fret. So watch, I'm gonna quickly change on the and of 6. So it's an upstroke kind, I think. So watch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me do that again. Sorry. So you stick your elbow out and get like a really good bar with the pinky on the 4th fret on the B notes. Like the notes that are a B chord, like the 4th fret, 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. Okay, so the next, basically Jermaine's going into this like chromatic ascending bass line, starting on an A sharp, the 1st fret on the A string. So basically the bass line is going to be A sharp, then B, then C, then C sharp, and then it'll drop back to the B chord. Alright, so the way this works is this A sharp is actually just a 1st inversion F sharp 7 chord. So we're just trying to grab the notes of an F sharp 7, but the bass is going to be an A sharp. So the way that I'm doing this is a pointer on the A sharp, middle finger on the E, the 2nd fret D string, 3rd finger on the C sharp, the 2nd fret B string, and the pinky will play another A sharp. I guess I'm doubling A sharp right now. So A sharp on the G string 3rd fret. So then you go to a normal B chord, and then you change to a C fully diminished 7 chord, to a B over C sharp, and then that's going to change to an F sharp over C sharp, back to a B. So the C diminished, so this is sort of like a stock, like if you got a jazz guitar book, which it would just be the stock way to do this, but it's just you bar the 2nd fret, and then the middle finger plays the C, the 3rd fret A string. The 3rd finger plays the F sharp, which is a 4th fret D string, which actually probably you would call it a G flat right here. The bar is pressing this A, or you would probably really need to call it B double flat. And then the pinky is playing a E flat. So and that changes to you just bar the entire 4th fret and play the A string, D string, G string, and B string. And then you change to basically part of an F sharp chord, but where you don't play the F sharp in the bass, you play C sharp in the bass. Alright, so then we're moving on. It repeats the progression. So B, B, E sus2, B over D sharp, C sharp 7, and then, oh yeah, so I talked to Jermaine about this, but This is the first time I ever encountered this is in Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. Basically, instead of just going to the 5 chord, which in this case would be an F sharp, you can kind of do a suspended or temporary 5 chord, which all it is you play the 1 chord, the B, but you put the F sharp over it in the bass. So you get this sound. And then maybe make it 5/7 to B. So maybe go listen to Moonlight Sonata. So then we get into the next two, Nothing But the Blood. Nothing too crazy. It's just he uses a lot more of the Moonlight Sonata idea. So let's see. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. So that was that B over F sharp. Okay, how am I grabbing that? I'm just barring the B chord with my 3rd finger, the D, G, and B string shape, and I am using my thumb to hit this F sharp. And I'm also using the thumb to mute the A string. So, and then I change to F sharp 7 like this, to a B, and then what can make me whole again? But actually he does this like a quick change to E. That's really cool. Oh yeah, so this I thought was really nice. He does like a it's sort of like it's just a B over G sharp, or you could call it a G sharp minor 7. Nothing but the blood of, that's to the B over F sharp, to the F sharp 7, Jesus. And then really normal stuff until like the really like attractive run that he does. Like he does this which is kind of like a bluesy idea, but so basically it just changes from the F sharp 7 chord to this walk into an F sharp minor. So let's just kind of sing along. So nothing but the blood of Jesus. So makes me white as snow. Other Alright, so that's kind of how it works with the melody. I know I'm not like a really good singer, and I don't even know the words. But you can kind of hear it. So that walk down was just G sharp minor to F sharp minor. It's all minor 7s. Basically, this is what caught my ear and made me want to do this video. But this change, the F sharp minor 7 to a B to an E major 7 E minor 7 to B over F sharp. Okay, so what are all these chords? F sharp minor 7 is really easy. We all know how to do that. And B, the same B, but E major 7 is that different. I just do the same exact shape as the B bar chord, but you move everything you're pressing one string down. So my pointer finger here is starting on the 4th fret, the 2nd fret, this E, and now I'm barring the G, B, and E strings with my 3rd finger. And then I change to E minor 7. I like to do it like that. I mean, in this context, it's the smoothest way to do it. So you just do, keep this pointer finger on the 2nd fret on the D string, the 3rd finger plays the G, and the middle finger plays D. So 3rd fret E strings, 3rd fret B string, and then the pinky comes and plays this B right here, the 4th fret G string. And then that just like kind of goes back to the B over F sharp 7, B